generally one of the things that these companies will do is they will delay and delay and delay as long as possible. They'll spend decades, fighting the science and all that, trying to deny it. And then they'll come up with some stuff that they find to be acceptable and preferable to actually dealing with the problem. So they say that they're supportive of a carbon tax and all that. In 2018, they touted their investment of $1 million over 2 years into a carbon tax advocacy campaign in Congress. That was 1 million over 2 years. By comparison, their annual lobbying budget is $12 million. So they care about lobbying 24 times as much. But anyway, the final comments we're gonna see from Keith McCoy has to do with the carbon tax, so here it goes.
Nobody is going to propose a tax on all Americans. And the cynical side of me says, yeah, we kind of know that. But it gives us a talking point that we can say, well, what is Exxon Mobil for? Well, we're for a carbon tax.
And why? Because they're confident it'll never happen in America.
No, it's not gonna, a carbon tax isn't gonna happen. And the bottom line is it's going to take political courage, political will, in order to get something done. And that doesn't exist in politics, it just doesn't.
I wonder why. I wonder why that doesn't exist when you have people like that laughing about how they throw up things like a carbon tax that they know isn't gonna happen and they don't want to happen to ward off other changes. And it's not just lobbyists like him, politicians do the same thing talking about it. Now, really fast, he put out a statement after this saying, I am deeply embarrassed by my comments and that I allowed myself to fall for Greenpeace's deception. Dude, you were like so enthusiastic. How cool did you think you were on that call? My statements clearly do not represent ExxonMobil's positions on important public policy issues. While some of my comments were taken out of context, there is no excuse for what I said or how I said it. I apologize to all my colleagues at the company and my friends in Washington, D.C., all of whom have a right to expect better of me. Like this is some sort of moral failing. He's describing what they actually do.
Telling the truth is a moral failing for them. Like this is something that they're just like, wow, I can't believe you did that. I think that the only redeeming quality is that he did these things in hope and in furtherance of getting money, of getting a really great job or something somewhere. So, but yeah, telling the truth, totally not a redeeming quality.
And he'll be fine. He'll be fine, and we'll all move on and we'll forget about it because he accidentally revealed the truth.
And I love too that Exxon made $181.5 billion in 2020.
That's amazing.
2020 when we all suffered. Yeah, good times.
Good times, not for the earth. Yeah.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.